Today I invite you to join me in doing something that I've been wanting to do forever in the world of LEGO. It's not even anything that's that crazy. It's just something that's been on my goal list for a very long time, and for whatever reason, I haven't done it yet. And that thing is to build a LEGO set using digital instructions and only pieces from my LEGO collection. Now, I look around here and I have what I would consider a pretty substantial parts collection. This doesn't even include all of the former LEGO sets that I've built that I've put into the storage room of doom, a place that we must avoid at all costs. This is just looking around at things that I picked up at yard sales, various lots that I have, and I'm not at the level of being a Bricklink seller by any means in terms of parts, or at that level of organization, although I wish I was, but I've got enough here that I think I might be able to pull something off. And as I looked around trying to figure out what should my first junk build be, because that's most likely what this is going to be, I came up with this set right here. This is the most recent LEGO Bionicle gift with purchase. And the reason that I call this a junk build is because as you look at this set, lots of pieces on here, obviously, and I'm not exactly sure if I have all of them or if I have them in the right color, but I'm going to try to pull it off the best that I can. And the ideal thing would be to have all the elements here. Maybe in the right color would be perfect. Like if I could replicate this, obviously we're not pulling that off because I don't have that. I do have a Sharpie marker though, but I want to try to do the best that I can to replicate this set without opening this, because I know it seems kind of weird. You're like, Greg, you have the set right there, why don't you just build it? Well, it'd be kind of cool to pull this off, check this off my list, right? But it'd also be cool to keep this sealed as a collector's piece or investment, and just see how I can do this with my own stuff, and maybe just enjoy it just as much as you would with a LEGO set that you had to shell out hard-earned money to get for free. So let's see what I can do in my very first junk LEGO build. After a whole bunch of inventory check-in, drawer pulling, and digging around in my LEGO collection, I have come up with a very well organized bowl of parts to build this. Unfortunately, and as I expected, I didn't have all of the exact colors for this, and things were going pretty well for a while. But then I realized as I was going here, some of these parts are actually fairly new, like came out in 2022 and 2023, and as a result of that, I didn't have those in my collection. So this has gone from kind of in my mind being a junk build where I just build it with different colors, and now it's kind of like I'm gonna sub out some parts and try to get as close as I can to the designer's original intentions with this and use what I have to the best of my abilities. It's gonna be a little up in the air, but I'm excited to see how it turns out. I feel the judgment being cast upon this right now. I was actually gonna do a warning beforehand saying like, hey, I didn't get this 100% accurate, but then I decided, you know what, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and I'll show it to you. But that is still very much the case. I wasn't able to get all the pieces to be accurate, not only even to color, but also to some of the elements. I think maybe I went into this with a little more confidence in my LEGO parts collection than what I should have had. There is a lot that goes into a 219-piece LEGO set, and maybe you're not gonna have all those, and certainly not in the color, but in some cases, like this part right here, I did not have in my collection. Now, I do have some of these in the storage room of doom that are actually in sets that I've bagged up, but I was trying to do this just with what I have out here. So I did a little substitution there. Also, the surfboard that this guy's on, I'm trying not to say his name because I missed out on Bionicle during my dark age and I don't want to embarrass myself. His surfboard is, well, there's not a good shot of it. It's angular on the sides right here, and I didn't have those pieces. They're like 6 long wedge pieces, so it's just a square. So I'm a little sad about that. His legs here, also not exact, and I had to borrow a few pieces from my Eternals guy that I modified. He used him for these pieces right here. The face, I told you guys that I wouldn't have the face. And I didn't Sharpie it, but I did find a printed piece, or is it a sticker? That's a sticker that someone put on. I found that in a yard sale lot. Spider-Man. We now have a Spider-Man Bionicle. And he also has some printing down here too. So he's got a little bit of extra detail, right? Ultimately, like the base, I kind of hid all of the bad stuff on the back. So it still looks nice from the front. He's very posable. You can take him off here. Again, this is like my first time actually experiencing this because I haven't opened this up. I do love LEGO action figures, and that's why I thought this one would be great. Plus, I have like a whole bunch of ball joints that I bought on Bricklink because this is what Clark and I enjoy doing. In fact, I'll show you a little sneak peek. I know this is a little side tangent. I'll show you a little sneak peek of Clark's next build. See if you can guess what this is. See if anyone can guess who that is. Leave your guess in the comments down below. Anyways, back to what we came here for, at least I think so. Again, lots of parts were miscolored all over, but it kind of came out, and you can still enjoy this, right? Like you can still have that experience of this character. Let me put him back on his board here. I don't know what the board's called. I'm sorry, Bionicle Detectors. I know you guys are out there, and all of you guys, speaking of things I haven't done yet, you're all still waiting for me to do the $5 Bionicle bin. Oh, I didn't want to take all that off, but he can come off on this. I'll just kind of show it off as it is. That board kind of comes off. The $5 Bionicle bin will get addressed sooner rather than later. Let's see if I can put this back on. I violated the #1 rule of LEGO reviews, and that is don't touch your LEGO set. I'm learning that every day. He's back on, so now it's time to show off his sidekick. Unfortunately, this poor soul, he doesn't have any kind of face. I tried finding something printed in blue or a stickered blue slope. Didn't have it. So he's a wreck. His feet, they're obviously not the color they're supposed to be. He was just kind of a bonus build. I really wanted just that part of it, but I was like, yeah, let's build that. I was able to do this though. He comes with like a little side thing. They don't show that anywhere on here. That's weird, but it is in the manual digitally. So I built that, and I didn't have the giant disc that he has either. He has it's like a 4-wide one. I had to use the 2-wide. So again, substitutions were made. But again, this is like, you know, just taking what you have in your collection, whether your collection's massive or tiny, and trying to do the best you can with it to make something cool out of Lego without spending money. And this was certainly more challenging than just opening a Lego box and dumping the bags out on my table and building it. There was a little bit of an adventure to this, a little bit of work went into it. And I enjoyed that aspect of it. I like the fact that had I not got this, I could have maybe just tried building one of my own and experienced it till like I don't know what percent you would say that's complete, but you know, the spirit of it is there. And not only is this something good for me to experience and also to learn from, but also you as well, you the viewer. Maybe there's somebody out there that doesn't have the money to spend enough to get this gift with purchase, or maybe any set for that matter. What can you do in your Lego collection, whether it's small or big? What can you do to take some pieces from that and try to make something that you can enjoy? Because that's the most important thing. If you're a Bionicle fan, maybe this isn't your ideal thing even. You could customize it. There's so much to do in the world of Lego, and it goes well beyond the idea of going to a store or a website, buying a set, and building it as the designer planned. There's so much more to this, and that's where I want to take this channel this year and in the coming years as well. I've been wanting to get away from the Lego collecting journey concept for a long time. My new thing that it's like my mantra right now is build it, don't buy it. And I think that's a good thing to come away with from this video. So I hope you enjoyed this. Again, you can leave your criticisms in the comment. You're like, Greg, you completely wasted all your time on this, but I don't think this was a waste of time. I enjoy this. I guarantee you when Clark gets home from school, that man is gonna come down right away and start playing with this. And will it matter to him that it's not exactly like this? No, not in the least bit. It's something that he can enjoy, have fun with, and I think he's probably gonna like this guy too. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this journey in junk builds. Lots more of this to come. I've got a bigger set that I wanna do that should be fun, and gosh, after doing this one, I'm really worried about having the pieces for that, but it's going to be a good time. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.